Welcome, my dear friends, to this midnight soiree, a gathering around the table where the Supreme, the Father, Mother God, through the cosmic Christ, touches each one of us. And they touch us in such a profound way that we may not even be aware. But they touch us nonetheless with their love. Today, of course, is Monday, the 7th of January here in the United Kingdom. And just a few minutes ago, I stood outside and everywhere seemed bare and dark because there are no Christmas lights on, because yesterday was the 12th night and all our lights have been switched off. It's a real anticlimax. The only lights we have in our little monastery are the lights from our beautiful crib in the entrance hallway to the little monastery. And that's comforting. But the garden lights are all switched off, the trees are down, the garlands are put away, all nicely wrapped up for another year. But there's a sense of expectancy, don't you find, as we come together to celebrate this new year, because it is a new year. It's a new dawn, it's a new beginning. And though the Christmas lights have now been switched off, that doesn't say that our love of God should be switched off. And though many now have resumed back at work, and the stressors of living in the modern world will be hitting a few people, especially when they get the brown envelope in the post of all the expenses they've incurred over the holiday period. But we come to this table, we come as a beloved of God. We don't come as an enemy, we come as a beloved of God. And as a beloved, there is no fear. There can be no fear. Because if our first love, the Supreme, the Father, Mother God, is the one whom we love, and we know that we are loved by them, then we have found the pearl of great price, a precious pearl. And it may have taken some of us, as it did me, many years to find it, to recognize it, not to find it, because we found it many years ago, but somehow other priorities took precedence in our life, such as our career paths, retraining, and trying to find suitable employment that gave us a sense of purpose. But our spiritual life is a different ballgame altogether. Our spiritual life is a living vibration within. It is ongoing. It doesn't stop when we finish work. It's ongoing even as we sleep. And those of you who are watching, you may remember that if you've been on one of our retreats, when we come to retire, we take our love of the Supreme with us and we ask the cosmic Christ to invite us to his etheric retreat. And in sleep state, in our subconscious mind, we ask for the mystery to unfold so that there's clarity of what the Master is saying to our heart. This evening I want to share something very beautiful that Mother Olivia brought with her today, because our friends and members of our community who came today, some had travelled a long way, and we had pretty bad fog early this morning. It was quite dense in places, but when our members and friends came this afternoon, most of the gathering took an active part in that 60-minute service. And it was so beautiful. We had a Buddhist, we had Christians, of course, we had other denominations, and it was so lovely to see around the Epiphany table where Brother Rob had prepared a beautiful altar commemorating the Epiphany, and Mother Olivia brought an exquisite candle made up of gold, frankincense and myrrh, and when the light was lit, the Epiphany flame filled the room with the aroma of frankincense, gold and myrrh, and together the combination of the three essences and fragrances, it created a sense of utter ambiance in the presence of God. But Mother Olivia brought with her something which is very beautiful, and my heart is guided to share it, because part of the service I actually missed, because I was in here looking after a little dog that came with one of our community, Mary, not the Mary from Dublin, but Mary from Blackpool. And she brought her little friend Alfie, that I keep calling Archie. But Alfie's an 8-month-old Shih Tzu, a beautiful little boy, but he took a shine to little Poppy, and she was none too pleased. And then, of course, he made a beeline for Winston, and he was nonplussed. But Clemmy showed some amore with our beloved Alfie, so I had to bring them both in here to try and keep them out of harm's way. And I missed the beautiful singing from Mother Olivia's soprano voice, and it was beautiful. But this is one of the sharings of today, and it's the words of Melchior, king and wise man, about the child to whom the star in the east is leading him, together with Caspar and Balthazar. And it reads as follows: the child we seek doesn't need our gold. On love alone, he will build his kingdom. His pierced hand will hold no scepter. His haloed head will wear no crown. His might will not be built on your toil. Swifter than lightning, he will soon move among us. He will bring us new life and receive our death, and the keys of his city belong to the poor. And that was taken from Libretto of A Mahal and the Night Visitors by Giancarlo Menotti, 1951. Can I read that again? Because it's so profound and so simple. The child we seek doesn't need our gold. On love alone, he will build his kingdom. His pierced hand will hold no scepter. His haloed head will wear no crown. His might will not be built on your toil or mine. Swifter than lightning, he will soon move among us. He will bring us new life and receive our death, and the keys of his city belong to the poor. I give thanks. I give thanks to God, to Gaia, and of course to St. Francis for today, because the celebration we held here is a commitment we made 18 months ago, that we would hold an interfaith gathering where brothers and sisters, children of God, could come and break bread together without feeling threatened, without feeling uncomfortable, and yet there is a mutual underlying respect, a respect that we each have found a path that unites us to the mystery. For our Buddhist friends, it is that consciousness, but for those of us who are Christian, it is of course the Christ. And following in the footsteps of this good man, for our brothers and sisters who are Muslim, of course Jesus is revered as a prophet, a holy man, and we respect the teachings of Muhammad as we do the Lord Buddha, Vishnu, Ganesh and Krishna. As a Catholic Christian, lay monastic, Franciscan, contemplative monk, it is not my place to criticize any belief, and nor is it my duty to convert anyone to my faith, because I believe that God the Supreme touches each one of us in a unique way. And though some of us may be born, baptized into the Christian or Judaic or Islamic family at birth, it doesn't necessarily imply that we will follow that path. It's the path that God wants for us. I've found that out more as I'm growing older, and through my disabilities, it's given me the time to listen more to my heart, to listen more to what the Spirit of God is trying to say to my heart. Because for many years, when we're young, active and high flyers in our career, we have very little time to spend on prayer or meditation because of the demands upon us to pay our way, to pay our bills, and to avoid debt. But today, or I meant yesterday, Epiphany Sunday, when our brothers and sisters were here, those who've remained loyal to their heart, who have embraced the monastic life, some as hermits, and some as monastics in training, there was such a joy. And when we hugged each other, there was a sense of healing, because some of our community were aware that something rather unpleasant was happening, and none of us knew what it was. But when we gathered together to celebrate our interfaith service, there was a sense of recommissioning. Yes, that the cosmic Christ called each one of us today. Many more were invited, but only the ones that he wanted were here to hold a special flame. The Epiphany flame that we talked about and meditated on in Saturday evening's vigil. But today was very special because what was apparent was the love of embracing the simplicity of life, where there was no duplicity, there was no hidden agendas, and there was no fear. There was an utter respect for the Supreme in each heart. And I have to say, Brother Rob, who prepared for today and who led the service, he did such an amazing job of respecting all the faiths and giving each one the integrity it so rightly deserves. And as a member of the Teo community of St. Francis, we are the fourth order, founded by Francis, to reach out to all faiths. And that is a beautiful concept, because it shows that the Father, Mother, God is compassionate towards all and wants to touch every heart and respect every man-made religion, but is guiding us to embrace love first, the love of God, and whatever helps us to nurture that love, albeit we be a Hindu or a Sikh, a Jew, a Christian or a Muslim, a pagan, even a Wiccan, it's irrelevant. What matters is the love that we demonstrate to each other, a love that encompasses all. It encompasses the totality of the person. It encompasses the belief as well. Let us reflect in our heart, and let us gently remind ourselves, why am I here? What is my purpose here around this table? Why have I allowed my heart guide me to this table to listen to me babbling on about how wonderful the Epiphany celebration was? Well, let us now embrace the Christ, the cosmic Christ, and let Him speak to our hearts. Let Him talk to our hearts, because that's why we're here. We are here because of the Master who called you and me by name, who called us by name to fall in love with our first love. And that's why we're here. And I would like to play a song by Charlie Lansborough, and it's called Close Your Eyes. And that's what we will do. We will close our eyes and use our gift of free will to invite the cosmic Christ with Gaia, with the company of heaven and our spiritual teacher.
Close your eyes while the summer clouds release their silver loam, and the evening rain makes patterns on the road. The world is clean and evergreen. Close your eyes. Close your eyes, let the moonlight lay its hands upon your head, and the silence hold you like a feather bed, and let the day...
Oops, sorry. I do apologize. I hit the wrong button by mistake. How silly of me. Forgive me. We'll go back. Forgive me. Mea culpa.
Close your eyes while the summer clouds release their silver loam, and the evening rain makes patterns on the road. The world is clean and evergreen. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Let the moonlight lay its hands upon your head, and the silence hold you like a feather bed, and let the day just melt away. Close your eyes. Broken dreams that drift away the sounds of nature lullaby your mind. In the pools of twilight, leave the world behind. Come with me to ecstasy. Close your eyes. Broken dreams that drift away like bubbles in the sky. Let them go, we'll build a dream together. You and I, tomorrow. Close your eyes, let the moonlight lay his hands upon your head, and the silence hold you like a feather bed. And let the day just melt away. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. What a beautiful, beautiful song. Close your eyes. What I would like us to do now is to just be still and close our eyes and feel the love around us, the love coming from the company of heaven, the messengers of God, and let them prepare us to meet the cosmic Christ, the new avatar of this new age, and let us embrace the spirit of sonship and daughtership. Let us come before the mystical heart of God. And as we relax, yes, we have closed our eyes, and we focus on our breathing. We focus on a non-labored in-breath, and we just relax. Relax into the arms of the Beloved. And with every in-breath, we are breathing in the love of the Supreme. And in our out-breaths, we are releasing anything of a negative mindset that may have caused us pain or harm this day. Let us release it to Gaia, our Earth Mother. And as we sit quietly here, we are mindful that we are not alone, that we are surrounded by messengers of love. And we at our births were assigned such a messenger to walk with us, to protect us, to guide us to the way of peace. And where we are now, we've become that peace. For every breath we breathe in, we are inhaling the peace of God, the love of God, the joy of God. Feel that love welling up within inside us. Sense the love touching every part of us. And now let us allow that love speak with us. Let us sense the rhythm of our breathing now as we become totally relaxed and at peace. And let us just imagine that we're just sat in our garden. And in our garden we have a small pool where we keep fish. And it is a beautiful day. And we can see the reflection of the sun shining on the waters, the blue clear waters of our garden pond. And as we sit there with one arm resting on the rock of the pond and the other one gently across our lap, we notice an image on the surface water of the pond, an outline of a young man and a young woman. But we're not startled because we know it is Jesus the Christ and Magdalena, and they have come to join us in this time of respite. And they just sit with us, and there is love, peace and joy. And in that love, peace and joy, Jesus decides to speak to us. And the words I share with you are words that were given from the Master Jesus to another being of light, and I share them with you now. It is impossible to praise or thank me too much. As it is written, I inhabit the praises of my people. Sometimes your adoration is a spontaneous overflow of joy in response to the radiant beauty of my blessings. At other times your praise is more disciplined and measured, an act of your will. I dwell equally in both types of praise. Thankfulness also is a royal road to draw near me. A thankful heart has plenty of room for me. When you thank me for the many pleasures I provide for you, you affirm that I am God, from whom all blessings flow. When adversity strikes and you thank me anyway, your trust in my sovereignty is a showpiece in invisible realms. Fill up the spare moments of your life with praise and thanksgiving. This joyous discipline will help you live in the intimacy of my presence. What beautiful words from the heart of the cosmic Christ. And as we sit here relaxing, reminding ourselves how wonderful it is to come into nature in our garden and there embrace the I Am presence within us, and be aware of the cosmic Christ with Magdalena speaking such lovely words to our heart. Let us relax now, and let us receive the healing touch from the Beloved who comes to us now. And he places his hand with that of Magdalena on our heart with Magdalena, and no words are said, but there is a surge of love, a love that is light divine, and it encompasses us. And now we are on fire with the love of the cosmic Christ, flowing through every part of us, especially through those aching joints and muscles and wearied organs. There is temporary relief. Feel that relief and sense the release from worry and anxiety. Be still now. Be still in the presence of all that is, and let us be reminded that we are not alone. For we can never be alone if we have surrendered our hearts to divine love. Feel the peace of God radiate through your mind, your body and spirit, and know